Out of the assault rifles and into the DMRs, we've got our very first one with the R2124 Constitution. This one is a free gun that you get, and this one is modeled after a 1903 Springfield rifle, which is pretty cool. It does have a bayonet on it. This is a bolt-action rifle. There is no stripper clips for this one, which is a little bit weird. You have to load each round individually, but you can load each round individually whenever you'd like, unlike all the assault rifles we just talked about, where if you drop the magazine, you drop all the rounds in this. Not so much with the bolt-action rifle. This one does 180 damage per shot, which is pretty high, although it does cycle the bolt pretty slow, so DPS is pretty low on this one. This one has medium armor penetration, which is pretty nice, although I personally think this one should have heavy armor penetration. It would just kind of fit the most with this particular gun and give it stripper clips. Holds 5 rounds in it, has pretty low recoil. The bayonet does make this one a whole lot better because you can stab with it, and if you have like the peak physique armor, then this one does get a whole lot better. Overall, this rifle is probably one of the weakest rifles to be taking on bug missions, just simply because it's too slow. So for the actual rifle part, I would say this one is probably D tier. However, if you are taking this with peak physique though, and you want to just be using this more as an improvised spear and then kind of using it as a DMR whenever there's enemies that are further away, that is probably the best way to use it, and I would say it's a lot better. I'd probably put it up into B tier if you plan on doing that particular strat, especially if you want to go with a secondary that's maybe melee, or that's your main plan for melee, and then you just want to use your secondary for utility or whatever it might be.